What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's YouTube video. Today I'm going to take you guys through a full day of eating, just 9 days out from my last ever bodybuilding show. So we've done 3 bodybuilding shows and we have 1 left. It's been a long journey, a long season. I'm ready to be done, but we have 1 final stretch and we're gonna push so we have no regrets at the end of this. So take you guys through a full day of eating of 1,500 calories. Yes, calories are low because we have a little bit of body fat we want to try to lose before this last show. Hopefully come in with our best look yet. So we're gonna start off the day with something very basic, just some eggs. So we're gonna go with 4 whole eggs. Yes, whole eggs, not egg whites, because as you guys will notice, this is pretty much my biggest source of fat throughout the entire day. Also gonna have a little bit of butter. I use 4 grams of butter. Butter is just so high calorie, I highly recommend measuring that out on a food scale. Otherwise, things like peanut butter, butter, oils, they're gonna basically add up very, very quickly to your overall calorie count. But we're gonna whip up that. I'm gonna use a little bit of salt, pepper, as well as some of this Trader Joe's everything but the bagel seasoning. And then I'll go over the macros with you once I have the eggs cooked up. And just like that, we have our 4 eggs cooked up right there, looking absolutely delicious, at least to me on prep right now. Obviously, I wish I could spice things up with adding some home fries or potatoes, toast, jelly, put this on a bagel, cheese, bacon, all the fixings. But right now, once again, we gotta make some sacrifices. We're on low calories. We're trying to finish up a bodybuilding prep and come in as lean as possible. So we're just rocking with the 4 eggs. This meal comes out to be, let's see, 309 calories, 23 grams of fat, and 24 grams of protein. And this meal will actually last me quite a while. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the healthy fats, if the eggs, or maybe I'm just not super hungry in the morning. But I have this meal, and this is right around 8 o'clock in the morning. I won't have my next meal until maybe around like noon or so. So that's at 4 hours. I will say I do stay very busy in the morning. So being busy helps with like the amount of hunger I have. If I'm busy, I'm not thinking about hunger. And in the morning is where I do most of my work as far as client check-ins, editing YouTube videos, getting my steps in, and other computer work. So that also helps. So I highly recommend staying busy if you're on a cut. But yeah, that is meal number 1. I'll see you guys at meal number 2. It is time for meal number 2 of the day, also our pre-workout meal, so that's where we have most of our carbs. But one quick tip, always meal prep your protein. I cannot emphasize this enough. It's gonna be so much easier to stay on track. For me, on bodybuilding prep, even when I cut, even when I bulk, I always meal prep my protein because that is the thing that takes by far the most amount of time to cook when you have a meal or when you're making a meal. I would say typically, I'd say probably 95% of the time. But in this container right here, we have 1 pound raw cooked chicken. So I measured it out. I measure everything raw personally, it's just a little bit easier, but this is 1 pound. And then we go ahead and just need to eat this throughout the day. I'll probably split up between 3 meals. This meal, a post-workout meal, and then like dinner, which you guys will see I'm basically just gonna pair with some carbs. But this meal is gonna be our, once again, basically 1/3 of a pound of chicken tenderloin, which I don't even know what that comes out to be, but basically I have 1 pound. I'm gonna eat it all throughout the day. I just split it up however I want. We have 2 rice cakes. We need 1 banana, so I'll be peeling off one of these guys, as well as a little bit of peanut butter for some healthy fat. So I'll go ahead, heat up the chicken, whip up the meal, or basically put together the meal since it's not really anything too crazy, just a bunch of the different pieces and ingredients. I'll read you guys the macros in a second. And just like that, 45 seconds in the microwave, and we have our chicken ready to eat. Also, we're gonna top it with some of this Cholula Chipotle hot sauce. That's gonna go to, as I mentioned, we're gonna have 2 chocolate rice cakes, 1 banana, and then 15 grams of this all natural peanut butter. It is just peanuts and salt, so that's good to go right there. I will say I'm a little bit bummed that I can't be super creative for you guys right now because on bodybuilding prep, everything's very specific. Everything needs to be measured out. It needs to be just pretty much dialed in, especially being this close to my last show. But trust me, as soon as bodybuilding prep's over, I'll be getting creative in the kitchen again, coming up with more recipes for you guys. As always, I do have my full recipe book that I actually created over the last 3 years or so on the channel, if you guys have been watching me for a while, of 65 recipes. It's only 20 bucks, link in the description. I will be trying to bump that up to probably 100 plus in the new year, but the price will go up as well. But you always will get the updated version. So if you buy it now, as I add more recipes, as I make more recipes and add to the cookbook, you'll get it for the current price. But I will say when I add 100 recipes, I will probably bump up the price a little bit. So get that link in the description. Without further ado, this meal comes out to be 534 calories, 56 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fat, and 59 grams of protein. So we're gonna go ahead and down this, and the 59 grams of protein is coming from, I'm gonna call this like 8 ounces of chicken because I only have 3 strips left, but I'm eating 2 right now. So I'm gonna consider this 8 ounces, and I'll probably have like 4 ounces and 4 ounces later in the day. That's where the macros are coming from. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna dig in and then we'll head to the gym. I'm gonna take you guys with me. We have a full upper body workout, a little bit more of a kind of lighter session as my body's very fatigued through the last couple weeks of prep, but we'll still be definitely training with close to failure, high intensity, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this, make sure you're staying hydrated. As always, chugging water throughout the day. And yeah, I'll see you at the gym. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know we'll be having one energy drink. This is the Rain Rainbow Sherbet. It is 10 calories. Since we're doing a full day of eating, might as well include that. Looks like it's about 3 grams of carbs and 200 milligrams of sodium. So yeah, I'm gonna sip on this. This is currently my favorite energy drink, my favorite flavor of all of them. Monsters, Reigns, what else have I tried? Ghost, all that kind of stuff. This Rainbow Sherbet is by far the best. Once again, it is 300 milligrams of caffeine, so it is very high in caffeine. And I will not be drinking this once I'm off prep. But while I'm on prep, this is like a sweet treat for me. So let's head to the gym. As I mentioned, full upper body day. All right, a little bit of real talk for a second. Just finished up the workout, and that was probably the worst workout of prep so far. I did not have the strength, energy, or motivation to do pretty much any of it. That was pure discipline that I just went through or relied on for that workout. And I'll be honest, this absolutely sucks. I hate not having energy. I hate not getting a pump. I hate feeling small, flat, depleted, all that kind of stuff. And now I kind of understand why people only do maybe 1 or 2 shows at a time rather than 4 shows, because I've been trying to basically, I feel like I got a canker sore too. God damn. Ow. Well, you know what? Just add it, add it to the misery list. But I feel like I've been trying to maintain peak leanness, as in like show ready leanness, for almost probably like 5 or 6 weeks now, and my body feels it. It feels it in the bones, in the joints, in the muscles. It just like feels exhausted. And although once again, I'm relying on pure discipline right now. I'm 9 days out, 9 days away from a cheat day, from more calories, more food, a recovery diet, all that kind of stuff. But I don't want to be here. I don't want to be at the gym. I don't want to do my cardio. I don't want to eat my meals. I don't want to do anything right now other than just like lay in bed and be an absolute bum, which I hate that feeling. I'm so not used to that. Ever since I got into this health and fitness, I guess, industry or my personal health and fitness journey, it's always been to feel better, look better, just improve my life. And this is an extreme where it feels like it's taking away from everything. Energy's low. I just don't feel like myself. I feel like a shell of a human. I don't want to talk to my girlfriend, family, friends, people in the gym. I just like don't have the energy to put into anything but prep right now. And that's not what I wanted. That's not the balance that I look for. That's not what I preach to my clients, what I preached to myself when I first got into this. So we're going to finish strong, obviously, because we signed up for it and there's no excuses. We don't quit. We don't live with regret. But I definitely am going to take some time to rethink things, reevaluate after prep when I do have a little bit of a clear mindset. Because right now I'm like, I'm never going to do this again. This sucks. But once again, with a clear mindset, maybe, I don't know, in a long, long time down the road, because this is miserable. But I just want to document it, keep it real with you guys, because I feel like a lot of times people just talk about prep as in like the physique that they get, and they just show like the ups, I guess the upsides, not the downsides. Like, this is miserable. This is not how anyone should live. I wouldn't wish this my worst enemy, even though I'm going through it myself and making myself go through it. And yes, it is my choice. It's one of those things where I signed up for it. I paid the money. I made a commitment, so I'm going to see it through. But it's one of those things that I definitely don't recommend for anyone unless you're, I guess, really passionate about this. Because once again, I have not gotten that kind of like high that a lot of people talk about. It's like, oh, you get on stage, you win a medal, you do X, Y, and Z. Like, none of it has been worth it for the sacrifices I've been making to lose the last 10 pounds or so. I still feel like I think I look better when I'm like 165 than I am at 150 like I am right now. But in general, yeah, I just want to keep it honest with you guys. We're struggling a little bit with the mental side of prep and just trying to stay lean. Because I will say, like, honestly, if I just did one show and I was done, I probably wouldn't feel this way. But the fact that I've had like 3 mini finish lines along the way where I wasn't actually done, but I had to like deplete myself, peak, celebrate, but not really celebrate, then get right back on track. Like, that cycle 3 times so far for the last 3 shows is really messed with my brain. So yeah, if you ever do this, just do 1 show for your first time, maybe 2. But yeah, we're gonna head home. We need a meal, which is gonna be chicken and carrots. Hooray! So yeah, let's head home. But I do get my post-in creatine, which I absolutely love because it tastes really good. So let's go whip that up and I'll see you guys at home. Oh, now we're back from the gym. We have our post-workout cocktail in this glass right here. It's about, I would say, maybe 12 ounces of water, plus our creatine, HMB from Transparent Labs, as well as our post. Both of these to help with recovery. Creatine, once again, take it any time of day, 5 grams. I've been taking it for probably 4 or 5 years now, every single day. Probably one of the most researched supplements out there. Highly recommend taking it. So we got that guy right here. Also, code Perez saves you 10% on any Transparent Labs products. Highly recommend creatine, some sort of multivitamin, and a protein powder. Those are kind of like the 3 staples I have. Everything else is a little bit of a bonus. We have our Powerade right here, 0 calories but tastes delicious. A little more water, and then we have our meal over there, which I'll show you guys in a second. But yeah, post-workout, we're gonna have this, and then I'll show you guys the meal. And our post-workout meal is super basic, simple, and a little bit sad, but this close to the end of prep, that's what it's like. We have 1.5 chicken tenderloins right here. I'm gonna call it 4 ounces. Once again, 8 ounces pre-workout, 4 ounces here, 4 ounces later on, as well as 200 grams of carrots, keeping things high volume, a little bit of fiber as well. This meal comes out to be, let's see, 192 calories. Jesus. 20 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fat, and 28 grams of protein. Once again, pretty much all of my carbs are in that pre-workout meal just because I really don't have much energy. So the little bit of carbs I do have throughout the day, I want to put in my pre-workout meal to give myself a little bit of energy to try to get a pump and get a good workout in. But yeah, this is meal number, let's see. Yeah, meal number 3 technically. Sometimes I will combine meal number 3 and meal number 4 and have all 8 ounces of chicken as well as my carrots and strawberries together, but today we're gonna split it up just because it's only about 3 o'clock and I still wanna have like another meal around maybe 6, another meal around 8, 8:30. But yeah, without further ado, that's the post-workout meal. See you guys in the next one. We're back for meal number 4, keeping it basic again. We've got the other chicken tenderloin, the other half, I'm gonna call that 4 ounces, as well as 400 grams of strawberries. I'm gonna be measuring that out using the food scale, so that's why we've got that. But this does come out to be, let's see, I think this whole thing's 454 grams. So maybe like 1 strawberry I don't eat. Maybe I'll give it to Maisie, or maybe I might say screw it, I'll eat 450 grams. But the plan right now is to eat 400 grams. That is meal number 4, sorry. Comes out to be 238 calories, 32 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fat, and 29 grams of protein. We're gonna pair that with the best low-calorie drink in the game, Fresca. Hopefully you guys can see that, boom. I also had one of these in between meal 3 and meal 4, so this is my second of the day. I think as long as I'm not consuming like 5 or 6, I'm not too worried about it. This is literally just sparkling water. There's no aspartame or anything like that, or at least I don't think there is, let's see. There's some citric acid, but I don't know. It's not a big deal. Plus the fact that prep's almost over and I'll be eliminating energy drinks as well as diet sodas and anything that's not water from my diet in about 10 days. I'm not too concerned about it. So we're gonna dive into this meal right here. Once again, very, very simple and a little bit sad, but that's how things go at the end of prep. And I do have one more meal left. It's our casein protein pudding. I'll make that, but I need to hop in the sauna and then eat this, or we'll eat this, hop in the sauna, and then have that last meal. So I'll see you guys then. It is time for the final meal of the day. We are showered, or sauna, then showered, all cleaned up. So this is oh my gosh, I can't even talk right now. This is casein protein pudding. All this is, I'll actually grab the carton real quick so you guys can see. I've showed this on the channel quite a bit throughout prep just because it's a great late night snack. In my opinion, I absolutely love it. And this is the container right here. As you guys can see right there, it's a casein protein. It's a little bit of a thicker protein. So when you mix it with almond milk, I think I wanna say 1 scoop and like 200 grams of almond milk is my personal concoction or my personal blend that comes out to be this consistency. This was in the freezer for a little bit, so it's a bit thicker. You guys can see that, but kind of comes out to like a thick pudding. And I'm gonna top this with 200 grams of blueberries, and that's gonna be our final meal of the day. So we got our blueberries right here. As you guys can tell, lots of fruit, lots of vegetables, lots of lean protein sources. That's what you gotta do when you want high protein, low calorie, and once again, fills you up, have some fiber. And I'm a sucker for fruit. That is one thing I will probably say that I'll be having after my last show. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and get one of those big fruit trays where it has like cantaloupe, strawberries, pineapple, grapes, all like divided up and pre-cut and pre-portioned out because I love fruit so much and I once again want to stay on track because after my show, I'll have like an entire afternoon before my full-blown cheat day the day after. So we want to keep things kind of on track for that afternoon. I think fruit will be a big help. But this last meal comes out to be 234 calories. And then it is 33 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fat, and then 26 grams of protein. And then let's see, that brings our day total to 1,507 calories, 141 grams of carbs, 38 grams of fat, and then 166 grams of protein. Once again, this is my specific diet on my bodybuilding prep at the very end of a long fat loss phase. So you don't feel like you need to copy this, maybe just take some ideas as far as the meal prep of your chicken, fruits, vegetables, the casein protein, stuff like that. But definitely do not recommend copying this exactly. You'll not get the same results as I do. It's specific to me. I always want to give that caveat because I do a lot of these full days of eating and most of the part, and for the most part, it's more so to give you guys ideas as far as how to make meals, manipulate your macros, your calories. Sure, some of them might fit you for a little while, but the biggest thing I want you guys to do is learn there's flexibility, there's macro tracking, you can still enjoy your food. Obviously, I just want more of it. As I mentioned, I just want more potatoes, I want more fruit, I want more bread, I want toast in the morning, stuff like that, but I still want healthy foods. And obviously we have a fat loss goal currently of, yeah, being 9 days out from my last show. But that's gonna wrap up the video. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Otherwise, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new here. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.